You wake up. It's the middle of the night. The fire has burned to a faint orange glow, and somewhere out in the dark, something is breathing. You are 100,000 years old. You have no walls, no door, no lock, and yet you are about to fall back asleep. Why? It starts with the fire. Long before there were houses, there was a circle of light pushed back against the night. Your ancestors learned that as long as it burned, most things with teeth kept their distance. Fire wasn't just warmth. It was a wall predators couldn't cross. But fire alone wasn't the trick. A lion doesn't fear flame the way you'd think. It fears what fire reveals. Open eyes, bodies that might fight back. Predators are ambush hunters. They live and die on surprise. A lit camp full of shifting shadows and half-awake watchers was the worst possible place to gamble and attack. So your ancestors stacked the odds even further. They didn't sleep alone, and they didn't sleep all at once. Ever notice how you jolt awake at 3 a.m. for no reason? That's not insomnia. That's an inheritance. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer groups, like the Hadza of Tanzania, found something strange. At almost every hour of the night, someone in the group was awake, not in purpose, not from a schedule. It just happened naturally because humans don't all sleep the same hours. Some people are wired to get drowsy early and wake early. Others run late and rise late. Sleep scientists call this your chronotype, and it isn't random. Researchers tracking the Hadza found that across a 3-week study, there was only a handful of minutes total when every single adult was asleep at the same time. That's not a coincidence. That's a defense system. Your tribe wasn't guarding in shifts because someone assigned a watch. Your bodies did it for you. Staggered sleep meant the fire always had a witness. A predator circling the edge of camp wasn't looking at 20 closed eyes. It was looking at 2 or 3 open ones, and it knew it. This is where it gets personal. That trait didn't disappear. It's still in you. Ever laid in bed at 2 a.m., wide awake, heart a little too aware of every creak in the house? You're not broken. You're running ancient software in a world that no longer needs it. But staggered waking was only the first layer. The second layer was where you actually put your body. Position mattered as much as timing. The edges of camp were the danger zone, and everyone knew it without being told. Children and the elderly slept centermost, closest to the fire's core. The strongest, most alert adults slept toward the perimeter, not because anyone ordered it, but because that's where danger would arrive first, and where a fast reaction mattered most. This wasn't a rule written down anywhere. It was survival math, run silently, generation after generation, by groups who got it wrong and didn't get to pass on the lesson. Sound played its part too. A sleeping camp is never actually silent. Dogs, where they existed, added another early warning layer entirely. A nose and a set of ears that stayed alert even when a human's didn't. Some of the earliest wolf-human partnerships may have formed around exactly this trade. Shelter and scraps in exchange for a built-in alarm. Now picture the predator's side of this. A big cat sizing up a camp doesn't see an easy meal. It sees a fire it can't cross without exposing itself. A scatter of bodies that shift and stir at unpredictable hours, and a wall of noise, breathing, rustling, the occasional bark that makes silent approach almost impossible. Every ambush hunter on Earth relies on one thing above all: an unaware target. Your ancestors' camp simply refused to offer one at any hour, ever. This is the trick. Not a weapon, not a wall, a biological rotation of vigilance, stacked with fire, sound, and position, running automatically through people who had no idea they were running it, and your body still remembers the shape of it, even now. That's why a strange noise in your house at night snaps you fully awake in an instant, heart pounding, before your conscious mind even knows what happened. That's why total silence can feel eerie instead of peaceful. That's why you sleep lighter in an unfamiliar place, and deeper somewhere you trust. You don't have a fire circle anymore. You have a locked door and maybe a dog at the foot of the bed, but the instinct underneath is identical to the one that kept a tribe alive 100,000 years ago. You wake up. It's the middle of the night. Somewhere out in the dark, something might be breathing, and some ancient, unshakable part of you is still keeping watch, so the rest of you can sleep.